with a waterfall braid, the most important thing you need to remember is the tension, like keeping that nice strong grip on the pieces that you're gonna be holding, the pieces that are gonna be falling through the braid. So when you start a waterfall braid, you're gonna start like a normal French braid. And the pieces that you want to fall down, you're obviously not gonna want them falling in her face. So you're gonna start your French braid kind of at a side part and just French braid like you normally would. And then when we get to the point where we're gonna start dropping pieces, I'll pick it up and continue to explain. So for now, we're just gonna French braid it just like you normally would for just a little side French braid. So when you're doing this on a client, we do a lot of like fun events and stuff like that. I like to get the client actually interacting with the braids. So the easiest and probably the most effective way that you can have them do this is just have them reach up and just hold the hair right here. So we're just gonna continue the French braid. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that right here is a good place for the first piece of hair to fall through. So does someone want to help me? Anyone? I just need a hand. So basically what I'm gonna do is this piece that I'm gonna have fall through is I'm gonna have her hold it. So I'm gonna have her hold it straight down and keep that tension nice and tight. See, because if you let it go and you loosen it, this whole braid is gonna kind of fall apart. Okay. So keep it nice and tight. So instead of me adding to the bottom piece like I normally would for a regular French braid, I'm actually just letting it fall. Once I let that piece fall, I pick up a new piece from the actual scalp right there. And then you continue your French braid just like you normally would, grabbing from the top. So now it's time to add to the bottom, but instead of adding to the bottom, I'm actually gonna drop it and hand it to you, just like that, and keep them nice and tight, just like that. Then I pick up a new piece, and this is my third strand. So now I have 3 normal pieces, just like a regular French braid. So then you continue, braid up here, braid up at the top, like you normally would. Drop this piece, keep them nice and tight, pull them, there you go. And then pick up a new piece. There's your third strand. 1, 2, and 3. Keep French braiding.
So you drop the second piece?
The piece that you're gonna drop is the one that you're actually gonna add to. So instead of adding to the bottom, I'm dropping that piece instead of adding to it. And instead of adding to it and dropping it, I'm picking up a new piece, and there's my third strand.
Right.
So this is kind of one of those braids that's easier to watch than explain, because if I try to explain it even more, you're just gonna get really confused.
Yeah.
So here's this piece. So instead of adding it like this, I'm actually just gonna drop it. Go and hold that, thank you. So when you're doing this braid, a lot of the time, people will have a tendency to hold the piece that you're dropping. They have a tendency to pull it forward kind of like this, because they don't want their arm to be like, you know, pulled back here. So what you can do is actually let go of all those and have them regather the rest of them kind of back here. So the more, you can actually just let go of these, just like that, perfect. So the more, the piece that's falling through, you want it to be like super vertical. So if you're pulling it forward, then the whole braid is gonna kind of like twist up. So if you're like doing this, and you know, it's really hard to explain. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain what I'm talking about.
It changes the movement.
Right, exactly. So if you keep them nice and parallel, just straight down, your braid is gonna turn out just like this every time. So once again, just keeping that tension, keeping them nice and tight, doing your normal French braid all the way up, and then adding this piece, awesome, just like this. So a lot of the time with the waterfall braid, people don't really know how to end it. And one of my favorite ways to end it is actually just finish it off just like this with a braid. And then you can tuck it with a bobby pin. Tuck it just like that, and cover it with hair, like this. And then you can let go of these once it's secure, and there you go. Or another cool, fun way that you can do it is actually add another one here, do a whole nother waterfall, and add it to the other one and tie it with a ponytail.